Hello all of you. Today we will continue with the instruction set of 8086 microprocessor. In the previous lecture we have discussed many of the instructions. Now remaining instructions we are going to study in the lecture. So in the previous lecture we come up to arithmetic instructions, and in that we have discussed the addition instruction. So what are the different instruction into the addition? Now we are going to learn this slide, that is nothing but the subtract instructions. So first, the sub instruction, mnemonic is sub, and it is used for the subtract purpose. Here format is sub d comma s, and it subtract the d from s. Okay, and if we generate the carry, or it will be indicated, or it can be shown in the carry flag. Okay, and all flags are affected. Now SBB, that is nothing but subtract with borrow. So it is format is like this: SBB d comma s, and it minus the d from s and also minus the borrow, that is nothing but your carry. Okay, and the result is stored into the D, right? Result stores into the D, and all flags are affected. Now the DEC, okay, that is DEC, and it is a decrement by 1. Okay, it decrement by 1. Suppose there is a your value of D is 5. Okay, and you are going to use the instruction DEC, that is DEC D, then it decrement the 1 from D, that is 5, and the result is stored into the D, and all flags are affected without CF. Okay, now next is a negate. Okay, so it get the negate D. Okay, and it all flags affected. Okay, I will explain you this negate while uh, during the programming. Now next is DAS, that is a decimal adjust for subtraction, that is a dash. Okay, or we can simply write DAS. It convert the result in a AL to pack the decimal format. Okay, so it convert the result into AL. Okay, decimal adjust for subtraction, while subtraction it will adjust the decimal. Sometime we can minus the 9, or for making this value into the decimal format. Okay, and all flags affected. Now AS, that is a ASCII adjust for subtraction. Okay, it makes the adjustment for the ASCII values. Okay, and the CY and AC, that is flag affected. Now there is a multiplication and division. Okay, so in the multiplication we can see, in the multiplication, suppose we multiply byte into byte, and multiplicand is AL. Okay, and where is the multiplier? Multiplier is nothing but the registers or memory. Okay, and result store into the AX, that is nothing but your accumulator. Suppose we are going to multiply word into word. Okay, so the multiplicand is AX, and multiplier is register and or memory, or result is stored in a DX, that is a data register, or AX. Okay, we can see the DX or AX. Now D word and D word, that is a multiplicand is EAX, and operand and multiplier is nothing but register or multiplier, and the result stored into the EDX or EAX. Similarly, for the division purpose, the same thing whatever we have seen here, we are going to same thing we are going to do here. Just the difference is the dividend is AX, and the operand, or we can say the divisor. Okay, the division is nothing but register or memory, and the remainder is stored into the AL and AH. Okay, so means what? Remainder is going to store into the AH. Okay, in higher bits of general purpose register of A, and the quotient is in a AL. The similar thing, the things are going to done in the next things as same as a multiplication. Now we are going to take one example here. The same things we have studied in the next slide also, so I will skip this slide. Okay, so I will take one example. Okay, here the multiplication and division example. Suppose AL is 85H, BL is 35H, and AH is a 0H. Okay, so all values in a hexa. Now we are going to multiply. We are going to use the instruction mul bl al. Okay, so what it does exactly, it will multiply 85h, so whatever the value of al with a bl, right, al with a bl, that is nothing but 1b89h, and that is going to store into the ax. Okay, so that value is going to store into the ax. Okay, similarly I will take I mul. Okay, so in what happened in that, it multiply bl. Okay, so first what, it makes the 2's complement. Okay, in I multiplication, so whatever the value of bl and whatever the value of el, it converted into the 2's complement, and then it will multiply. Okay, so 2's al multiply bl, and that is sorry, it will just multiply, make the 2's complement of al. Okay, and then multiply with bl. So similarly, so what is the 2's complement of bl? That is 85h into multiply by 35h. Okay, so 2's complement of 85h is nothing but 7bh. So I hope you know how to calculate the 2's complement. So first we will take the 1's complement, and then we are adding them 1, that is nothing but 2's complement. If you are going to the digital electronics or digital system, you must know that how to calculate the 2's complement. Okay, so 2's complement is 7bh, 85's 2's complement is 7bh, 7b hexa multiply with 35 hexa, so answer will be 197, sorry, 1977 hexa. So again we are taking the 2's complement of the answer. Okay, we are going to take the 2's complement of answer, then we will get the final result. Okay, then 2's complement of answer is E689 hexa. Okay, and that is going to store into the AX. So this is how the I multiplication things can be happen, or it can be done. Now similarly you can see here, next division. So ax divided by bl. Okay, suppose we are taking the division bl, so it what happen, it divides the ax by bl. So simply we are taking this, and your answer will be here. Okay, so 1b 2h. Okay, 1b 02. So how exactly it stores? Okay, so in the ah, so you are in the previous slide, if you are going to see here, your question is stored into the al and remainder is stored into the ah. Here your question is going to store in al, and your reminder is going to store in a ah. Similar happen here. So the reminder is reminder is 1b and question is 2. Okay, so your reminder is going to store into the ah, that is the 1b, and your final result question is going stores into the 02. Okay, so similarly here I division bl. So what happened here? So here we can simply divide 0085h by 35h, and your answer is also going to store the in a similar manner. Okay, so no such a big difference. Now next, logical instructions. In the logical instruction, we are going to see all the logical operations. So I hope you better know all the logical operation, that is AND, OR, XOR, NOT. Okay, so this is how the logical operations we are going to that instruction we are going to use in the microprocessor. So here is nothing but AND operation. So mnemonics is and mimic is a logical and the format is AND D comma yes. So whatever in the D and yes, so it will make the logical operation of and the final result gets stored into the D. Okay, so the OF, CF, SF, ZF, PF and CF, all these flags get affected. Similarly OR operation, so OR operation means you simply add S plus D. So whatever the OR operation that is performed in a this OR instruction, in a XOR the XOR operation perform, in a NOT operation perform, and all these flags it will affect. Okay, so here is nothing but the destinations and source. Okay, so what kind of destinations and what kind of source can be use, that is nothing but register to register, register to memory, memory to register, from immediate to memory, immediate to accumulator, so immediate to register. These are nothing but the source to destination locations. So where exactly you can take the data and where you can going to store that data, right? So here is some logical operations that can be explained here. So uses in addresses, addressing mode except memory to memory and segment register. So it is very simple. So whatever the hexa digit or a number, it can be converted into the binary, and then we can perform the logical operations. Okay, so whatever the in the number, it will be in a hexadecimal, which will be converted into the decimal format, and then we will perform the logical operations. Okay, so here shown here, so AL, so here especially used in clearing the certain bits masking. So here is the AND operation. So example, now here is a few problem in the slide. So example, the clear AND BL OFH, okay, or AND AL 345H. So what it can done? So whatever the values into the AL, which will be converted into the binary, and whatever the value in the 345 hexa, it will convert it into the binary, and it will exactly what operation happen that I'm going to explain you, and it will perform the AND operation. So you all know truth table of and whatever the result, it will again show into the hexadecimal number. It similar happen into the OR also. Okay, the similar manner it can be happen into the OR also. Now you can see in the XOR. So XOR is also same. Suppose I will take here, suppose I am taking here three example. Okay, and CL OF CH. Okay, so register clear bit 0 and 1, set bit 6 and 7, invert bit 5 of register CL. So whatever the value in a CL, which will be get and operated with the OFCH. So OFC hexadecimal number will be ANDing with the CL. So this result will be generated in a binary. Similarly, it will happen with the OR, even with the XOR. Okay, so this is very simple. Logical operations can be performed. Now we are going to next we are going to learn the shift and rotate instruction. So that is nothing but SHR SAL, shift logical left, shift arithmetic left. Okay, so this meaning is nothing but shift logical left and shift arithmetical left. Okay, now SHR nothing but shift logical right, SAR shift arithmetic right, ROL rotate left, ROR rotate right, RCL rotate left through carry. Okay, keep the different short forms. What are the short forms you are using while doing the instruction? Now RCR rotate right through carry. So we will see the operations of each and every one. So here shift operations. Okay, see, these are already we can even indicate, or we can understand the meaning by even the name of the instruction. So first, that is nothing but SAL and SHL, that is nothing but shift arithmetic left or shift logical left. So what it can does, shift the D left by the number of bits position equal to the count. Okay, it will equal to the count, and fill the vacant bit position on the right with the zeros. What it can does, it will for first count it will shift one bit, for the second count it will shift another bit, so it keep shifting, and what happen for the vacant positions, it will add the zeros. Okay, so I will explain you in the coming slides. Shift logical right, it similarly does, and it put the zeros. Shift arithmetical right, in the it will also does shift the D right by the number of bits position equal to the count, and fill the vacant bit position on a one left with the original most significant bit. Keep in mind, most significant bit. Okay, so whatever the most significant bit, it will filled by the this vacant place. Okay, so here the target register or memory. So what exactly it does, I will explain you. Okay, so what happen in a shift logically left means it will shift the bits toward the left side, but what happen now, I will say is the 6 bits. Okay, so I will shift here, so your last bit will be, or your last place will be vacant. So what it will does, it will add the 0 in that vacant place. Now here shift arithmetical logic, it is also similarly, it will shift the operation here, and in the vacant place it will add the 0. Now shift arithmetically right, okay, it also does the shift logically right, it will also does similar in the similar action within a opposite direction. It will shift toward the right, and in the vacant place it will put, or it keep putting zeros, okay, so it keep moving in this direction. Similarly shift arithmetical right, okay, so it will shift toward the right bit, and here it needs nothing but the sign bit, it sign bit keep coming over that place. Now here is SHL instruction, so that I already explain you how exactly it shift the instruction performed to a logical left shift in the destination operand and filling the lowest bit by zeros, okay. So how it can be used, so SHL register INM yet IM yet or register CL SHL memory CL, this is how the it can be syntaxed. Now SHR instruction, so SHR instruction perform the logical right shift on the destination operand, and the highest bit position is filled with the zeros, okay. So highest bit, so it will keep moving here, and the highest bit keep shifting by or filling by the zeros, okay. So here I have shown here some shifting right n bits divided by the operand by 2 raised to n. Now SHR instruction, so it perform the right arithmetical shift on the destination operand, okay. What it can does, it perform, this is nothing but a shift arithmetical right, it perform the right arithmetical shift on the destination operands, okay. So arithmetical shift preserve the number sign, so whatever here the bit, it will keep always the number sign. Suppose they were shift is right, positive or negative. Now the rotate instructions, now okay, all these are nothing but the shift instruction, and now rotate instructions. So first roll, that is nothing but ROL, it rotate the left, and the format is ROL D comma count, and it rotate the D left by the number of bit position equal to the count, and each bit shifted out from the leftmost bit goes back into the rightmost bit position, okay. So like a circular, okay. Now ROR, it is the rotate right, and format is ROR D comma count, and it rotate the D right by the number of bit position equal to the count, and each bit shifted out from the rightmost bit goes back into the leftmost bit position, okay. So it like a circular, okay, if it moves again the last bit will come here, okay. So it will be rotate. Now RCL, rotate left through the carry, so same as a ROL except carry is attached to the rotation, okay. So it will take the carry into the count. Similarly RCR rotate left through the carry, so it rotate the right and with the carry. So here I will explain you the instruction ROR instruction. So what it can does, so the lowest bit is copied into the both carry flag and into the highest bit, okay. So this bit it keep moving in this direction, and this bit get copied into the carry as well as into the previous means the highest bit, okay. The lowest bit will become the highest bit, okay. So how exactly, so move AL, suppose in the program if you want to rotate the bit, then how it can be does, suppose I will instruction first take move AL is equal to this bit, so I am moving these bits into the AL, and then I will rotate the AL, okay. Then I will rotate the L, what happen here, so this 0 bit, okay, this 0 bit will come here and it will rotate in this direction, so this is nothing but the answer, okay. So your bits are moved, and whatever the 0 bit here, it will come here, okay. So this is how exactly the rotate operation or rotate right operation can be done. Now RCL, okay, it is just the opposite instruction. So rotate carry left, so shift each bit to the left and copy the carry flag to the least significant bit. Now what happened in the previous slide, in the rotate left or rotate right, what happened, the previous bit will get copied here, but now what happened here, your carry flag, not this bit, okay, not this bit, this carry flag will get, or whatever in the carry, it will be copied in the last bit. Okay, this is the what difference between rotate left and rotate with the carry. Okay, so it is the similar for rotate carry left and rotate carry right, it is same for both. Okay, so RCR shift each bit to the right and copy the carry flag to the most significant bit. Okay, so it is similar operation but just opposite of the left. Now flag control instructions, so these are few instructions. So CLC carry clear the carry flag, it will be meaning is CLC in the meaning that it clear the carry flag. Then STC set carry flag, so it will set the carry flag 1. Okay, now CMC the complement carry flag. Okay, so it complement the carry flag. CLD clear direction flag, so it make DF is equal to 0, so it will clear it. Okay, so SI and DI will be auto incremented while string instructions are executed, and STD set direction flag, and CLI the clear interrupt flag. Okay, whatever the interrupt, it will clear. Okay, whatever the interrupts are nothing but we have to clear them, so it use the interrupt clear flag. If you want to set the interrupt, then make this flag 1. Okay, now compare instruction. If you want to compare the two values, then it will, we are going to use the compare instruction. So what happen in the compare instruction, there is a format is compare D comma S. So it simply compare the D and S used to setting the resetting the flags or resetting the flags. Okay, so it will simply compare it. So first it suppose D is equal to S, so the 0 flag is equal to 1. Okay, suppose D is equal to S is set the 0 flag 0. Okay, now if D is greater than S, okay, it compares and you find that D is greater than S, then what happen, 0 flag sets 1, sorry 0, and the carry flag also set 0. Similarly, if D is less than S, okay, D is less than was S, then 0 flag set 0 and carry flag set 1. So this is how from this flags we can see which exactly what kind of operations is going to perform into the compare. Okay, so this is nothing but the source and destination. Okay, allowed operands. So how exactly this source and destinations can be done. Now there is a string, array of a byte or word located in the memory, and the supported string operations are copy. Suppose there is a string operation means some characters. Okay, suppose I want to write a word hello, and I have to perform the different operation that hello word. Suppose I want to copy that hello word. Okay, so I will use move and I will use move and load instruction. Suppose I want to search the hello word, then I will use the scan instruction. Suppose I want to store that hello word, then I will use the store, and if I want to compare, then I will use the compare instructions. Okay, so here are some basic instructions of string, like a source ds and destination is es. Okay, so you must ensure ds and es are correct. Then you must ensure si and di are offset into ds and es respectively. Okay, so si and di nothing but the offset. Now direction flag is equal to 0 for is equal to up and 1 for down. Okay, and the CLD increment the address from left to right, and CSTD is nothing but decrement the address from right to left while searching the or while moving the strings. So here are few branch group of instructions. So branch instructions provide a lot of convenience to the programmer to perform the operations selectively, repetitively, etc. So there are the conditional jump, unconditional jump, iteration instruction, call instruction, and return instructions. So the return instruction, it return the values. Okay, so even subroutine must end by the executing an instruction that return the control to the main program. Okay, so this is nothing but the return instruction. By instruction value of IP or IP and the CS, that were saved into the stack to be written back to their corresponding registers. Okay, and so how exactly it can the format? So write, simply we can write ret or return operand. Okay, so we can simply use this instruction by using this. So loop instruction, so there are few loop instructions. These instructions are used to repeat a set of instructions several times. Suppose you are going to the C or C++ or Java, so you can use the for loop. Okay, so for loop is nothing but what? You have to perform the same task again and again. So for that purpose, here in the microprocessor also there is a loop instructions. Suppose we want to perform the some code of the microprocessor again and again, then we will not write that code 100 times. Suppose I want to repeat that code 100 times, so I will simply write that instruction into the loops. So that's what very useful, this loop. So format is loop short label. So operation is nothing but cx minus 1. So jump is initially to location defined by the short label if cx is not equal to 0, otherwise execute the next sequential instruction. Okay, now instruction loop work with respect to content of cx must be preloaded with the count that represent the number of times the loop to be repeated, as well as whenever the loop is executed, content at a cx are first decremented and then check it determine if they are equal to 0. If cx is equal to 0, loop is complete and the instruction following loop is executed. And if cx is equal to not equal to 0, content return to the instruction to the label specified in the loop instruction. So this is how the loop instruction can be done. Okay, whenever cx is equal to 0, the programmer will come out of the instruction or come out of the loop. If cx is not equal to 0, it will keep executing the same loop. So this is the meaning of the whole slide. So this is how the loop instruction. So general format, loop R8. So R8 is nothing but the 8-bit sign value. It is 2-byte instruction used for backward jump only. The maximum distance for the backward jump is only 128 kilobyte. Okay, so loop again is almost same as a decrement cx or jump not to 0 again. Okay, so loop can be similar to the instruction of decrement or ZNH again. So loop instruction does not affect any flag. Okay, so this is how the all instructions of the microprocessor 8086. There are few instructions as well, might be not discussed in this, so I will take this while doing the programming. Okay, so I hope you understand the things. You have if you have any doubts, you can simply message me or call me. So thank you very much.